delicious tender pulled pork, and a super simple slaw? Oh wait, there's more. I'm going to show you how to make it, and it's all got an Asian twist. Okay, to kick things off, we'll need a nice Asian spice blend. We're going to make this by combining 2 teaspoons of flaky sea salt, 1.5 teaspoons of Chinese 5 spice, 1 star anise, 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds, 1 teaspoon of cracked black pepper, 1 teaspoon of ginger, and 1 teaspoon of chilli powder. Give that a good mix so they all get to know each other. Set that to one side before bringing in the star of the show, the pork. This is a boneless shoulder of pork. Sprinkle the spices all over the meat, giving it a lovely massage and really working them into every crevice. Got to make sure to get the sides. Make sure to take off any paper on the bottom and throw that away. Use the pork to mop up any spices on the plate and scoop them up with your fingers and rub them in. Flip them the right way up, then clean your surface and set the two aside. Whip out your best roasting vessel, preferably one with a lid, or you can use a roasting tray with a tin-foil lid like here. Tip in a healthy 400 ml of water and 300 ml of orange juice. Then pour 4 tablespoons of light soy sauce for a bit of salty umami flavour and 4 tablespoons of honey for some sweet sticky goodness. Now you want to nestle the pork in all that liquid, get it nice and comfy. Seal him in with either a lid or a nice tenting of tinfoil. In the oven he goes for 6 to 8 hours at 150 degrees C non-fan, 130 degrees C fan, or about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. During the cooking, check the meat has enough liquid so not to burn, especially past the 4-hour mark. After a good 6 hours, here he is. Ball out that tinfoil because we don't need it anymore, and throw it away. Using some spatulas, lift this beauty out of the pan and get him on a chopping board to cool. So now we need to remove this skin fat cap, that is gummy and unpleasant. So we're going to move the roasting tray out of the way and start cutting the string with some scissors and peeling it away. Try not to take the fat with it. Once they have all been removed, put the scissors to the side and grab a knife. The cap should want to come away, so just use your knife to encourage it and remove the meat. Now grab some forks and start tearing away at that juicy meat, breaking it up into strands. You can leave it in larger chunks or tear it into fine shreds, it's up to you. Once you have done that, you want to start making a delicious sauce to drench the meat in. This starts with the juices left in the pan. Strain half of it into a small saucepan. This stuff is really strong, so to weaken it, add 200 ml of chicken stock. To thicken, we need 1 tablespoon of cornstarch mixed with a little bit of water to form a slurry, which we can add and constantly stir until the mixture comes to a boil and begins to thicken. Once the sauce is thickened, to coat the back of a spoon, we need to pour it over the pulled pork to bring this to a new level. Put the pan aside and toss with your sauce until everyone is nice and coated. Next we've got to make a slaw. This is super simple but really cuts through the fatty richness of the pork. To start, we've got to shred some cabbage, about half a head. Then we need carrot. You could grate it, but to save my knuckles, I'm going to run my peeler down to get some thin strips, always rotating round. Onion is next on the agenda. I'm using spring onion because it's easier to chop smaller, but you can use white or red onion, but maybe use a bit less as they are stronger in flavour. Now we've got to dress these veggies up with 6 tablespoons of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of vinegar. I use rice wine vinegar, but anything will do. It just needs to cut through the richness of the mayo. And 1 tablespoon of mustard, again, anyone will do. But I just used cheap American mustard because that's all I had. Once all the ingredients are in, we need to give this a good stir so all the flavours can become friends. You want a smooth dressing like this. Then we're going to take our beautiful shredded cabbage, throw in carrots and spring onions, then give that all a good mix up with our hands. Then we're going to throw in our dressing and then toss with the sauce. To finish, we're going to grab a bun, a good fistful of pork, nestle that on top, throw on some slaw, whack on the lid, and that's how to make a delicious Asian pulled pork and slaw. If you made it this far, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to make more videos like this and try to bring the world of homemade food to everyone. So if you did like this, consider subscribing and checking out new videos as they come. I'm trying to make the most interesting recipes, but I am new to this, so if you have any suggestions, I'm happy to listen and improve what I'm doing. I've been Tom, and thanks again for any form of support.